श्री गणेशाय नमः। ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी। राधे 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 गोविंदा, राधे 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 गोविंदा। वृंदावन चंदा वृंदावन चंदा वृंदावन चंदा वृंदावन चंदा। अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा, अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा। राधे 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 गोविंदा, राधे 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 गोविंदा। वृंदावन चंदा वृंदावन वृंदावन चंदा वृंदावन चंदा। अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा, अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा। पुराण पुरुषा पुण्यश्लोका राधे गोविंदा, पुराण पुरुषा पुण्यश्लोका राधे गोविंदा। वृंदावन चंदा वृंदावन चंदा। अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा, अनाथ नाथ राधे गोविंदा। अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा, अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा। अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा, अनाथ नाथ दीना बंधो राधे गोविंदा। राधा श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। Second chapter of the Gita, from the 11th verse starts the instruction of Bhagavan Shri Krishna, and he starts by lifting Arjuna to a high state from which he showed that actually there is nothing that deserves grief, and just talking like wise people doesn't make one wise, because the one who is wise actually doesn't keep on grieving for something, and everybody belongs to one of these two categories. Either they have left or they are going to leave. So there is no cause for any grief. Then he also presented the next line of thought, saying that if at all you grieve for people who are dying or going to die or have gone, who are you actually grieving for? Because from the standpoint of the Supreme Self, it has always been there. So there was never a time when we were all not there. There will never be a time where we will not be. Means that it is not talking about the body, it is talking about the self. From the standpoint of the self, there is no cause of grief because it is eternal. So there was no time when it was not there. Okay, then the next line of thought Sri Krishna is presenting and saying that someone may feel that okay, for the Supreme Self there is no cause of grief, but what is the point? No, why don't we? Why can't we grieve for the embodied one, the Jiva? So he undergoes pain, he undergoes all this change. So what about that? He says, for an embodied one, Dehinaha, like in this same birth, in this same lifetime, there are various stages of the body. So we are changing the body. There was an infant's body, then we got a child's body, then we got a youth body, then we got an old person's body. So so many bodies have changed in this one single lifetime itself, but the embodied one doesn't go through pain through this growth. From the child body, when we all moved to the youth body, was it a cause of pain or grief? Oh, now that child body has gone forever. Now what to do? It is a big loss for the whole society. Nobody says that. In fact, we are very happy. Look, he has grown up so much. But this typical thing that happens, that when some elder meets some child, especially a child, and then after many years they meet, so they immediately exclaim, "Oh, he's grown so much," and it is happily done. Not, "Oh, I miss that child. Where has he gone? He's gone forever. Now I will never meet him." We are happy that he is now in the form of this youth. So if we understand that and there is no pain involved in that, then Bhagavan says that is the same way Dehantara Prapti. Taking up another body is also like that only. So it looks very different and drastic, but actually there is no major change. Like we have changed body within this lifetime, what we call as this lifetime, we are changing another body also. As soon as this body becomes incapable of acting in the world, in the situations that I am in, then I drop this and look for something more suitable. I live in a house. That house now, slowly my family is growing, for example. So I need a bigger house. So I give up this house and look for a more favorable accommodation. There's a child in the house and the child has to go to school. So something nearer to the school. Or somebody is working, so nearer the workplace. So we relocate, we go to another, we look for something different. So Bhagavan says that's the same thing. So it need not be a cause of grief. We may say, no, 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 no. Passing through these different phases of life, some of the phases are painful also. For example, disease. No, it is painful phase of life. Old age, it is painful. I feel that, I used to, in my heydays, I used to do so much. We all, in our day, we used to do all this. What are you today's youth doing? So there was this man who told his grandson, he was telling that, in our days, golden period, we used to go with just $10 and get the whole month's provision, whatever we need, everything we could get, whatever we needed for the whole month, for the whole family. Those were the days. So the grandson said, yes, grandpa, you are right, because these days they have installed CCTV cameras. So you can't do that these days. Those were the days. In my time, I used to do so much. So it is painful. All my strength has gone. Although Guruji once mentioned of one person, his strength did not diminish. As strong he was in his youth days at 20, 25, he was so strong at 80 also. So he used to say, I don't age. I am as strong as I was as a youth. So this is very unusual. This is not seen everywhere. So people of the village gathered and went to him. That, are you really saying this? How do you claim that? He said, come, I'll show you. Okay, the demonstration also he is giving. Wow. So he went out. He showed outside just his house, there was a big rock, huge rock. Said, do you see that rock? Yes. When I was 20, 25-year old, I could not lift it. Even today, I can't lift it. So no change in my strength. I am as strong I was as in my youth. But we say some of the phases of this life, it is ridden with pain. Then why won't we grieve? Especially disease and old age and all, sometimes there are pains and all. What about that? So there may be pain, physical pain, but there is no delusion in that. There may be shoka for some reason, and it could be very temporary, but it does not delude us. It does not put us in a situation that Arjuna has landed up in. So therefore Bhagavan is saying that changing the body also is similar to that only. You don't have to get deluded. The embodied one, that is Jiva, that Jiva only is traveling further. Like it has traveled through childhood, youthhood, old age, like that it is traveling to the next body also. How does it matter? So there is no cause of grief. So this understanding, this conviction has to be brought in. Then Arjuna says, okay, Bhagavan, what you say is correct. There is nothing, okay, I accept your point, but within this lifetime also, what you say that there is no cause of grief, within this lifetime also, there is, we find that sometimes there is joy, sometimes there is sorrow, they come and go. And whenever there is sorrow, when sorrow comes, we grieve, we are pained, and when joys go away, that time also we are pained. So what about that? Bhagavan says, your point is right, Arjun, good, you are thinking, you have started thinking. You said you could not think, you have started thinking. So but what you are saying is right, that whenever sorrows come our way, we do feel the pain. Okay, but there is a very, very important point to understand in these experiences also. And what is it? In the 14th verse, he is saying, Matra sparshastu kaunteya, sparshastu kaunteya, shitoshna sukha dukkhadaha, शीतोष्ण सुख दुःखदाः आगमापायिनो नित्याः आगमापायिनो नित्याः तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत तां स्थितिक्षस्व भारत. He says all these experiences. What are these experiences? Any experience. Where does this experience rise from? So we find that these experiences are a product of the contact between our senses and the objects. So the senses, when they come in contact with the objects, then what happens? Sparsha. The sparsha means it is touching. It is coming in contact. So the senses and objects come in contact with each other. And when this contact happens, then an experience takes place. And that experience could be Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, Daha. Those experiences could be that of heat or cold from the physical level, or at the mental level, Sukha, Dukkha, joy or sorrow. So the contact between the sense organs and the objects bring about experiences like heat, cold, happiness, sorrow, these kind of things. And what are these experiences like? They say, Agama, they are coming. Apainaha, they go away. Anityaha, not eternal. So they are coming and then they seem to be staying for some time but immediately leave. Anityaha. They are not eternal, they are not constant. So now he is explaining, Bhagavan is explaining this, the mechanism of experience to us, saying that when the sense organ comes in touch with the sense object, that is what creates this experience, whether it is happiness, sorrow, whether it is heat, cold, whatever it may be, doesn't matter. So all these experiences are because of this. Matra means what? Matra, the word matra means that which measures the objects. So sense organs are called matra here. Matra also is called that which is measured, limited. The matra. So this much only means this much matra. No? So that it is called the quantity or measure. So it is measured, limited are these sparshaha. Sparsha means touching. Now touching, it's not just the sense of touch. Even the sight touches the color and form. The ability to hear touches the sounds. The ability to smell touches all the different types of smells. The ability to taste touches all the tastes. So all these different objects, when they come in contact with these senses, that's when different experiences are gained. So what is an experience? I am feeling cold means what? My sense of touch, the skin, has come in touch with the object which is now relatively feeling cold. So at that time, if something not so cold or warm comes in touch with the skin, then immediately I say, now it is warm. It has changed. Why? The contact has changed. Whenever there is some food, we want to serve food, we say that no, it has to be hot. Okay, is it hot? Touch. What is happening? The sense organ is touching the object and say, it is hot. Otherwise, oh, it has gone cold, let me heat it up again. So how did you know? Touch. So similarly, if I see something, then the ability to see is touching the object, that is a color and form. And then there is an experience. It could be pleasant, unpleasant, that doesn't matter. But there is an experience. So when we hear something, so if there is some melodious music, then that experience of melody takes place when this sense organ touches its object sound. And it is very interesting to note, Bhagavan says, Shita, Ushna, Sukha, Dukkha, Daha. So these experiences are either, we experience it as heat or cold, joy or sorrow, Acha. But this heat and cold is not always giving the same type of joy or sorrow. For example, if in winter I get something cold, then it will be a cause of sorrow. But the same cold thing, if I get in summer, it will be a cause of joy. So that is also relative. But that comes later. We have to understand the experience is what? Touch. The processing happens later. Shita, Ushna, etc. Or now, for example, you say this wall. What is this wall? This wall is creamish color, off-white color, whatever we want to describe, whatever to the extent of our color understanding, we will describe it. This is what it is, a color. Now, this color gives me joy or not is my processing that happens inside. But it is this color and I am seeing it. This experience happens when my power of seeing, that is the sense organ, touches its object, and that is the color. So same way for all the senses and their objects, it is this touch only brings about this experience. Now, this touch that brings about this experience, how long can this touch last? Can we keep seeing all the time? Can we keep hearing all the time? Can we keep smelling, tasting, touching all the time? It's not going to be. The touch is not going to be long. Yet, what is my experience? The joy or sorrow that I get out of it, it seems to be long. The point is, why is that longer? I heard something and I got disturbed. Okay, so while hearing, there was an experience, and that experience immediately conveyed to the mind got agitated. Okay, now the experience is gone. The person or the whatever the news I got from that person or everything, the environment has changed. I have come to another place. New set of people, new environment, everything is different. But still, the touch has gone completely. But still, my sorrow or my agitation or my anger or my whatever is extending even after the touch has gone. So which means what is happening is I am experiencing only my memory and not the real world. What am I experiencing? Even joy. I have come out of that experience and still I am experiencing that joy. That experience is gone. But I am still connected to that. Therefore, I feel that joy for longer. So it is actually not the real world that I am experiencing, because that experience is just short-lived. Touch, gone. But I elongate it further, and it is actually only memory of that brief touch. That's all. So whether joy or sorrow, if we think about it, what is joy or sorrow? It is only memory. And that memory is also based on how I interpret, how I process that experience. This young boy he has a crush on a girl, and he goes with a rose to propose. Poetry is coming out. He goes with a rose to propose, and she is in a mood to dispose. So then, gone. The rose is still fresh, but his face, the face has wilted. Now that time she was in a bad mood, she rejected. Now that environment gone. Now he's with his friends and all, but still. What happened? have been rejected. His friends are saying, all of us love you. Yeah, you are okay. Who is talking about you? Memory. That thing is over. And same way, if she accepts it, then she is gone. But continuing, memory. It's just that memory. And a mind has some capacity. That capacity can be our strength, can be our weakness also. And what is that? Mind does not differentiate between what is happening really or what is imagined. So if I imagine something, that becomes my reality. And that also gives me joy, gives me sorrow. This actually happened. There was this young boy. He was very cheerful and all. He was a security guard. I still remember. While we were stepping out of campus, he was very cheerful, greeting everyone and all. So, how are you? All good? Everything. Very, very happy, bubbly person. We all went. When we came back, that time, he was suddenly very dull. What happened to you? And my father is admitted in the hospital. I got a call. When did you get a call? Just after you left. Immediately after that, I got a call. My father is very serious. He's in the hospital. Oh, okay, we all pray for him. Don't worry, everything will be fine. We all said that. We went inside. After about 2-3 hours, we came back. We had to go out again. He was again his cheerful self. Hey, what happened? Then I got a call. He's out of danger. Thank God. Then by chance in that conversation, we just asked, okay, tell me, no, when your father met with that accident and he was serious, and when was that? And he met with an accident in the morning. But I got a call. When did you get a call? In the evening. Okay. And then when he was declared out of danger? In the evening. But when were you informed about it? At night. So the point is, what is the fact? When his father really was in danger, he was cheerful. When he was out of danger, he was dull, concerned, worried. So the reality is what? It is something else. It is only when it comes to my cognition and I give it reality at this time. He is not well. He met with an accident. Now, my mind is processing it as now. For me, it is real now. But already he is declared out of danger. But I get the news very late, and therefore I am worried now. When there is no cause of worry. And when there was cause of worry, I am cheerful. Why? Because I did not know. It did not come to my mind. It has not entered my mind. Now we have to understand that what the mind gives reality to, that is what is my experience. Although objectively speaking, experience is only contact of the senses and the objects. And it is very, very limited. It is not going to be there forever. It is not going to be a long thing. Because our senses also get tired. So it is a short contact, but the experience seems to be long. It is actually, we are pulling it longer. So that is why what is he saying? Agamaha apainaha. They come, go over. But my mind elongates it. I hold on to it for long. So it is anitya, it is ephemeral, but still I make it permanent. I make it long term for myself. And that is why Tulsidas ji in Hanuman Chalisa, he prays that may I not remember my sorrows. I should not remember my sorrows. He prays, he does not say, I should not get sorrows. Sorrows may come as a karma phala. I have done actions and the result will come. It's okay. And it will come to me and it will come and go away. But after it goes away also, I should not hold on to it. So let it go when it goes. So when it comes, welcome it. When it goes, bid farewell. Don't hold on to anything. Don't push it up. Guruji very beautifully says, describes how is our life. Our life is we are constantly running, and somebody is running ahead of us, somebody is running behind us. What is running ahead of us, away from us, is everything that we like and that we want. And who is running behind us and chasing us? Everything that we do not like. And both of them run faster than us. So the one who is going ahead and I am chasing, I never can catch up. And the one running behind always catches up. So at the end of the day, I have the sorrow of losing what I like, and I have the sorrow of always getting what I don't like. And that is our story. Constantly we are doing this only. And sometimes we catch up with that person doesn't stay for long, runs ahead. And by the time this fellow comes and catches us. Constantly running. We get tired. And we want these things to stay on forever. And the other thing, we don't want it at all. It will come. And these things, they come, touch and go. But that touch, after that, we hold. I will not let you go. So, agamaha, apayinaha, anityaha. They are not going to stay forever. Even this will pass away. Then Guruji says, something else will come your way. So this will pass away, something else will come. But that too will pass away. That also is not going to stay forever. So there is nothing that is going to stay forever. All these experiences are only matra, measured, temporary. It's just that moment of contact and then gone. But it stays on. And it is, our experience also, we must have experienced this. We suddenly feel some, pain or itch in the eye, and we say that there is something inside. And there's nothing found at the end of it. So what happened? Then they say that, there must have been just an insect would have just touched and gone. So just that touch and gone. So actually it is gone. But I still feel, oh, there's something inside. So this is a very physical level of example. But our mind does much more than this. It actually imagines. Puja Gurudev's one story, the imagination to the extent we go to. He's in this book called Parables. He's given beautiful stories with, deep Vedantic meaning also. So there in one of the stories, which is titled as Marwadi Merchant, this man goes to, a specialist saying that there is a bug in my ear. And through the ear, it has gone into my brain. And now it is constantly troubling me. I can't sleep at night. There is something going on inside my brain. I can feel it crawling in the brain. All these specialists and all, they say if something was crawling in your brain, you won't be standing here, you won't be alive. No, there is something. So he went to so many specialists, finally arrived at one of the doctors, was very, very wise, elderly. He said, oh, this is the problem. He checked everything, there was nothing wrong with him. He asked his servant also, so what is wrong with him? There's no problem as such. What to do, he's like that only, he's been thinking of it for such a long time. I have also told there must be nothing, why are you worried so much? No, there is a bug inside. So then he said, okay, then if that is the case, let us treat him. But there is nothing. No, but we will treat him. Okay, so then he said, okay, day after tomorrow, early morning, you come to me. For that, before that, previous night, tomorrow night, I will give you a medicine. What you should do is, after dinner, you should take that medicine. That will put the bug to sleep. Then it will stop crawling. Okay. Then after that, day after tomorrow morning, when you come to me, I'll give you another dose. Then what will happen is, it will start slipping from that brain and come to the ear. Oh, okay. And then after that, we will wash out your ear and we'll get the bug out. So day after tomorrow morning, you will be free from this. Okay, thank you, doctor. You are the only good doctor, sane doctor. You are the only knowledgeable doctor that I have known. You are the best. I said, okay, don't be very happy now. Day after tomorrow, so take this medicine. Comes back day after tomorrow. Okay, did you sleep well? I slept like a log after such a long time. How come? That bug went to sleep. It stopped crawling. I was blissfully sleeping. It was so good. Thank you, doctor. I am fine already. Then let's not have it. Okay, done. You are feeling fine already. No, 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 no. I want it out. You take it out. Okay. Then the doctor made him lie down. Said, close your eyes. Try to sleep. Anyway, you have lot of sleep deficit. Sleep nicely. I will do the job. Then he did something. There was a vessel, and in the vessel there was a dead bug. So there it is. Oh, thank you, doctor. Very happy. Went away. The servant came up to him after the person went. What did you do? Tell me. Because I know, and you also know, there was no bug. What did you do? Tell me. He said, the most difficult part of this treatment was to find a dead bug last night, which I had to stealthily put into that water before the merchant sees it. So the point is our imagination. And that elongates our experience, although the experience is not long. So here, agamaha, apayinaha, anityaha. Then what should I do? Okay, it is not long. I will not do that. I will not hold on to it. I will not try to elongate it. Okay, understood. Now you don't have to again and again tell me that. But what should I do? It is coming for some time. That sometime I am in pain. What about that? He says that sometime what you should do, tam titikshasya bharata. Bear with it. Forbearance is required. Okay. It is coming because anyway it is not going to stay forever. This titiksha is supposed to be one of the wealth, spiritual wealth. Now this is Diwali season. We worship wealth. After tomorrow is supposed to be Dhanteras, Dhanatrayodashi. We worship Dhanalakshmi, we worship Dhanvantari. So that wealth, what is real wealth? It is a titiksha. The ability to forbear without any complaints or reactions. The pinpricks of life. Puja Gurudev used to call them pinpricks. It is not anything more than that. Agamaha apaina. How much? It will be just a prick and gone. When we take a shot, the doctor says, it will be just a prick. Okay. Before he comes close, not it started. He's just rubbing it. No, it's too painful. The needle is not even in my hand. Imagine. And there are some doctors, very good doctors. They keep talking, and we keep responding. Hey, doctor, be careful. It is very no. I can't take it. Be careful. The doctor is done already. Over. So, we most of the time it is imagined. It's just a prick. How much will it harm? that ability to forbear. It's okay. Little bit. And that is bound to come. And same way, the ability to forbear even sukha, even joy. Because sometimes we can't bear that joy also. This man won a lottery of $1 million. Was so happy. He wanted to break the news to his wife who was a heart patient. So if I go and tell her, she'll get a heart attack only. $1 million, what? So he started, he consulted his friend. He said, now, what do can you help me? How do I break this news? Because she'll not be able to take it. She's a heart patient. So this man said, don't worry, I will go and break the news. He went. He said, what will you do if you get $1 million today? She said, where I am going to get $1 million? How does it know? This is such a hypothetical question. Nothing is going to happen like that. She said, I will give half of that to you. He got a heart attack. To contain joy also is difficult. So sometimes we get so excited with that joy, so elated, we don't know what's happening around us. We are not able to focus in anything. In fact, sometimes we cause harm to people. That's what happens, and I know indiscriminate partying. And we harm ourselves, harm everybody else. Loud music and all this. So many. So we are not able to contain that joy. So much joy, I'm so happy, I explode only. And little bit of something sorrow, oh, everything. And nowadays the use of words are also, little bit something has gone, I am depressed. We don't even know what is depressed mean. My life is too difficult. What has happened? In the exam, I did not know 2 questions. Life is difficult. Just a little thing. Okay. And sometimes we go to some extreme step also, which is not. So, agamaha apaina, okay, it's okay. So, what kind of, if we have even failed in an exam, for example, how does it matter? There was a very beautiful video of a principal of the school meeting parents of those children who were going to appear for a board exam or something. So she asked, okay, all of you, share your 10th grade or 12th grade marks. How much you scored? We're all looking at each other. We don't even remember. So after a few years, your child's marks also nobody is going to remember. So don't make it a big thing. Just coming and going. That's all. It's just a milestone. Yes, it may be important. We should not neglect studies and all. We should put in our effort. It is not just about exams, anything in life. We do give its due importance, but that does not mean that we blow it out of proportion and that becomes the whole part of my life. It is not just a small part, like it takes up, pervades my entire life. So agamaha apaina anityaha tam TItikshasva. Bear with it. Now, how to increase this ability to bear with things? There may be unconducive situations, and it could be physical, it could be emotional, it could be mental, it could be intellectual, it could be on any level of my existence. It can affect me. Things can happen, but how to increase my ability to forbear? So, taking the example of, let us say, the physical discomforts. It is too cold, too hot, or I need this, I need that, this comfort, that comfort, all those things. If we ourselves practice on a regular basis, take up some vratas, some vows, and say for so many days or once in a week or something, I will myself abstain from indulging in a pleasure, or I will myself deprive myself consciously of certain comforts. For example, I say that for once in a month, I will not use the aircon. That is, how will I live? The 29 days we are getting, we'll use it. One day in the month, I will not turn on the aircon. It is rest day for the aircon. Can I live like that? If I practice to do that, sometime when it stops working, it will not be a big thing for my mind. My mind will say, I have gone through this experience. Not a big deal. I can manage. Now I can focus on my work. The whole idea of Titiksha is not to suffer. The whole idea of Titiksha is, even if there are unconducive situations, my mind can remain in the pursuit of my goal and does not get distracted and disturbed because of some discomforts happening. So without that, I can function. Why? Because I have already practiced it. There are people who fast once in a week or once in a fortnight. Today is Ekadashi. People fast. So fast means I have trained myself to remain focused, remain happy, remain healthy without eating also. So if someday by chance I don't get any food, it does not affect my efficiency. My mind is still in the pursuit of my goal. I am not getting disturbed because I have practiced it. So many such things which we feel that we are kind of slave to that, if we can consciously take up those disciplines and say, I shall not do this for so many days. Sometimes during Navaratri, people do that for this 9 days or 10 days, I will not do certain things which I am feeling very attached to. So now, for the sake of mother, I am able to give up. Okay, I'll give up for this 9 days. Then what happens is, if by chance such a situation arises in my life, I have trained my mind. It will not get disturbed. So this kind of self-denial is called tapas, austerity. And tapas helps us to increase our titiksha, the ability to bear. So tapas is self-created. And titiksha is whatever comes our way, we are able to bear with it. And what should be the attitude? It will come, it will go. It's going to pass away. I don't need to hold on to it. I don't need to elongate that experience. Let that experience be only limited to that contact and over. There is no more required. That much was done, over. I don't need to carry any baggage. There's a story, a master and a disciple, they were crossing a river. When they came to the river, there was a very young, very beautiful, delicate woman standing there at the river bank. There were no boats, etc. So, and these two were well built. So she requested that I really need to go to the other end, and I may not be able to withstand the current of this river. It's not very deep, so you can walk through, but I may not be able to walk through alone. So can you help? So the disciple immediately said, we are all brahmachari. I cannot, not, I can't help. So Guru was compassionate. So he said, okay, come. I sit on my shoulder, put her on his shoulder, took her up to the other side. She was brought down. She prostrated to him, thanked him, and then she went her way. These two went their way. As they were walking, this disciple was very agitated. He was not able to find peace. He was like, his body language, everything, it was very evident. He did not say anything. The Guru stopped at some place and said, let us rest for some time. Then what happened? What is disturbing you so much? The Shishya said, oh, you only taught us. We have to practice celibacy and all these things. And I immediately refused. But you carried her on your shoulder, a young woman. What is this? This is not done. This is not right. Guru, I am feeling, I'm feeling very bad, very disturbed because of this. The Guru smiled and said, I dropped her after crossing the river. You are still carrying her. I dropped her there. You are still carrying. So it comes and goes over. But here, I am still carrying that burden. Oh, this should not be done. This should not be done. This should not have done. So I am elongating that experience. Agamaha apainaha tans titikshasva bharata. Bharata means the one who is reveling in knowledge. You come in that dynasty of people who give so much of importance to knowledge. With that strength of knowledge, you just go through this cheerfully. Don't complain about all these things. It will happen. This is a tough situation. Yes, it is a tough situation. I agree. But that doesn't mean you chicken out. You have to face it squarely. And here another name that Bhagavan uses for Arjuna is Kaunteya. Bhagavan revered Kunti Devi a lot. And there is Mother Kunti. She was Sri Krishna's aunt also. He used to love, he loved her so much, even more than his own mother. He revered her. And he kind of reminded Arjuna, you think about your mother, what all she has gone through. And still, she is balanced. She is equanimous. She has not lost her mind. What all has she gone through? What all she has seen in her life? So much of injustice she has seen. She has seen her own husband passing on. She has seen her own co-wife ascending the funeral pyre. She has seen injustice against her own sons. She had to live in the forest for so many years. She went through all these things cheerfully. She never got disturbed. So, reminding him, hey Kaunteya, you are that Kunti's son. What are you talking? And you're crying for something. Now, titikshasva. Have that strength to go through this cheerfully. This is your duty. Face it. Agamaha, apainaha. So, let that contact come and go as it comes and goes. Don't hold on to it. Don't feel bogged down by it. So, agamaha, apaina, it's okay. It is not permanent. And even if I have to go through this little bit of pinpricks, but my goal is something that is everlasting. Whether it is dharma or the ultimate knowledge, it is something that is lasting. So, a little bit of pinpricks you can go through. It's okay. Not a big deal. Whenever there is a sports event, football match or something, the players are constantly running, sometimes so many times they fall, they hurt themselves, but immediately get up, run. Nothing deters them. They're able to forbear. All this so much, it's not just a prick. Sometimes with a fracture, they still run and score a goal. After that, they collapse. Suddenly they feel the pain. Oh, I got hurt. But how did you run before that? That goal inspired so much that this did not matter. And actually, what was the experience? Just when that impact happened, that was the experience. And that was over, and they could run. The only that experience came later when that goal was over. Now the mind is not on something higher. So now it came back and said, oh, I got hurt. Memory. Pain also by itself doesn't have a memory. It is only the mind that has the memory. So sometimes some children, they cry. It's very interesting. We used to have some neighbors. So there, one of the neighbor the child used to cry, scream and cry. And the mother used to just not keep doing her household chores and he is crying. So the mother goes inside. We have seen this actually happening. The mother goes inside. The child cries for some time and then looks around and says, the mother is also not there. He forgets. Over that experience is gone. He forgets and he starts playing with some toys or whatever is there. He just starts playing. Suddenly the mother comes out. So as soon as the mother comes out, he looks at the mother. Suddenly, memory. Hey, when she was there, I was crying. I forgot suddenly. Again, he starts crying. This we have seen so many number of times. And this is exactly how we also behave. That trigger point has gone. We have forgotten everything. And suddenly that thing comes, memory. Oh, I am supposed to be unhappy now. Oh, I forgot to be unhappy. Oh, I forgot to cry. Okay, coming back to crying. Let me cry again. So persecuting ours is consciously based on only memory. There is no experience to back it. So, okay, little bit of pinpricks. My mind, when it is in the pursuit of the goal, then automatically all these things, we have the experience of going through this cheerfully. It doesn't bother us. So, he says, this joys and sorrows are only as real as the level of reality I am giving. By themselves, they are not real. Okay, coming, going, let them go. After this, continuing this thought, Sri Krishna now says, we'll just read the 15th verse and we'll think about it later. Yam hi na व्यथयन्त्येते purusham purusharshava samadukha sukham dhiram somritatvaya kalpate. So he says, one who is not disturbed by all these passing experiences, only that person is fit to attain immortality. Nobody else. That is why Titiksha is one of the important qualifications for a student. Because if you want to attain immortality, the only way is to be able to go through these experiences without being perturbed. So one who cannot be disturbed by these alone is fit for immortality. So that is what the statement he is making. So we'll think about this in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.